Hello everyone, this is Blue Knight 23, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why I love Yang Xiao Long and all my reasons why I love her. And I'm going also this is a character study as well, so I'm going to be breaking her down and talking about the many different layers of her character, like all her different relationships with, for example, Ruby, her half sister, Raven, her mother, and Blake, her girlfriend slash teammate, just to name a few. And it in each the section of the video, I have different amounts of footage to show you the type of person Yang is, and it will show the reasons why I love her and why I relate to her so. And in the first section of my video, I'm talking about her characterization and her development, how she developed over the past 3 volumes at the beginning of the series. And also, I'm going to be showing footage from her yellow trailer because that's when we were all were first introduced to Yang, and just seeing the type of person she was in her trailer, and also showing you about her and learning more about her, who she was, what her goals was, and and everything else that goes with that. So as I continue in this video, you're going to see the reasons why I love her and why I relate to her so much. In the first section of the video, I'm going to be talking about, as I already said, her early characterization and and how she developed in the first 3 volumes. Okay, but first I'm going to show you in her yellow trailer you're going to see. And as you're watching the footage, you can see the type of person Yang is. And also, I don't have volume for it. I just turned it off for copyright. But other than that, it's showing you how she is in a fight, how what her semblance is, how powerful she actually is on her team. Okay, and as we go on this section, you also see the many different layers of her character because I took a snippet from volume 2, and around that scene with Professor Oblique when he had Team RWBY on his mission when they were scalping out the. Okay, everyone, as you just saw, that was the section of the video where I talked about Yang's early characterization and her early development from volumes 1, 2, or 3. And now in this part of the video, I'm going to be discussing Yang's PTSD and her recovery from volume 4 to volume 6 after she's been after that fight with Adam, as you saw, she lost her right arm to him since he cut it off. And not only did he take her arm, he also really damaged her mentally. That she's been having nightmares every night, not being able to sleep, always seeing that part where she went through so much trauma, and she's terrified, as you can see, because not only was that bad enough seeing Blake get stabbed by him, but then you also come to her rescue, but then you get your arm cut off by her ex-boyfriend Adam. So yeah, yeah, that's a lot, and that's pretty much that's a lot to process in only just a few seconds. So yeah, after the fall of Beacon and everything, at the end of Volume 3, it's been a few months since then. It's about springtime by the time it gets back to Yang in Volume 4. And as you can see, she's just dealing with so much. Like, she's not, uh, you could say, energetic and like happy and always making everyone laugh because she's just dealing with a lot. She's just not at the best place at this moment in time because it's like not only all the people they lost in the fall of Beacon, but just the amount it took on her not only losing your arm, but also having nightmares every night from that whole experience, and that's really traumatizing, and that's just so much for anyone to deal with. Because even though it's been months since the fall of Beacon, you're still having nightmares, still dealing with it, and you're not even at the top of your game like you was. You're just at a lower state or at a lesser state than you were. And this just says a lot because Blake, not only seeing Blake get stabbed, but also Lysa, she ended up going back to her father since he picked her up. And then Ruby, as she went with Team Junior, as they would call themselves, since Pyrrha died or was killed by Cinder. So Yang, she basically just Team Ruby is just separated at this point, and everybody's dealing and recovering and healing from their past traumas, their physical injuries, and also the pain of losing like some of their closest friends after fall of Beacon. It's just taking a toll on everybody. But Yang, another thing that's been keeping her down because just now she has to live with that physical disability because out of Team Ruby, she lost her right arm. So she basically has to find a new walk around and how to deal with it. Like how to sleep, how to clean up, how to still do things for yourself, even though you're missing your right arm. And it's like that's a part of you that's gone. Yes, even though her dad, Ty, he got her a replacement. It's a prosthetic, you could say. But even so, it's still like not the same because you're still missing an original piece of yourself. Yes, even with that new robotic gets, and then she can hit them back 10 times harder, but she can't bulldoze through every single enemy she comes across. Because if she does, she's not really using her semblance to its full potential, like waiting for opportunities to unleash a heavy attack after being hit so many times, or after taking a really bad hit, but then you reverse it back on your opponent. So as the volume goes on, Tai he spends time talking to his daughter. He spends time with Yang, helping her recover and also get back into fighting shape. And he also tells her a lot about her mother Raven, about her different types of relationships in the next section. But in conclusion, in this section, Yang, I really love how she's dealing with so much stuff in Volume 4, who she is as a person, like all her everything about her PTSD and her mental trauma and physical disability was really well done, and it was really good to see. Okay, now I'm going on to the next section. This whole scene said a lot about Yang and Raven's relationship as mother and daughter because both of them love each other so much. They love each other so much, but like there's just so many complexities to their relationship and so many problems with both sides of the relationship. From Yang's point of view, like her mother, she always knew her, but she felt that she abandoned her because she left Yang when she was at such a young age, but like she always remembered her mother, especially when her father Tai and then her uncle Quo would always talk about her. They would always tell her little bits and pieces about her, but she never fully met her like face to face. That she's always wondered about why did her mom leave her at such a young age and why did she never try to keep in contact or anything like that. Even though there were times she actually did keep in contact with her and she was watching her, but she just never knew. That's really tough because with Yang, she felt that her mother just abandoned her and her family, and that she never like kept in contact with them. She never tried to like, even she never tried to meet with her, even though she was trying to find her for so long. Because this whole section, as I've been showing you different clips and different scenes about Yang and Waven's relationship, it just really shows the complexity of not only Yang's character, but also Waven's as well. Because Waven, she's a very complex character. A lot of people say they hate her or don't like her, but there's actually many layers to her. she actually has quite a bit of stuff going on. You just have to look a little deeper because, from Waven's point of view, not only was she a member she was Team Stark, as you, if I remember correctly, if I'm not saying that wrong, that basically she was with Ty, Summer, Crow, and Waven. Basically, like the four of them, they were huntsmen and huntresses, and they went to Beacon Academy. Especially that they served under Osborn, Professor Osborn, and his inner circle, and he always bent the rules for them. He always let them go through on dangerous missions, and he always helped them out or looked the other way when they did something they weren't supposed to. So that also shows not only how Raven, how what she feels about Osmond, because it's she feels many ways about him, especially since the main thing is that he's a liar, or he can be a liar at times and not tell everyone honestly what he's really planning or what they're really going up against. Because for the longest time, everyone, they only think being a hunter or a huntress is about just fighting like these creatures called Grim, but they don't actually know who makes them or where they actually come from. Or like there's some crazy, powerful witch they have to go up against. Her name is Salem, and she's a really powerful and really dangerous witch or sorcerer, a magic user, you could say. So yes, that really shows a lot about the type of evil they're really going up against, and how Oz is not telling everyone. Especially another thing you have to know about Raven is that her and Crow, they both came from not the best of backgrounds, as you could say. Since not only were they living in a bandit camp at such a young age, but they also had to grow into that life and actually live that life, stealing, killing, doing anything they could to survive. So like that says a lot about Raven and why she's, you could say, cold blooded at times, and she could be seen as a monster as some people would look at her. But she's actually she's more complex than that. Like she has her good qualities. Like she loves her daughter with all her heart, but it's just hard for her to show weakness since they were never taught to show weakness. Especially like you have to remember what she was dealing with and how her and her twin brother Crow grew up dealing with the bandits, like dealing with all them bad type of people, like the worst type of people they had to deal with and fight with, and then also had to, even if they thought they could have like normal lives or become huntresses and huntress, that was really difficult for them to just leave all that behind, especially if that's the only life they ever known. Like that really took its toll on both of them. Because Crow, yes, he ended up not really going back to that life, and he actually became a professor at one of the schools, and he actually taught his niece Ruby how to be, how basically taught her how to build and actually make her weapon, the Crescent Rose. And then also he kept a really good contact and been in really good touch with Yang as well, and she's really had her uncle like always around in her life. And then when you look at Raven, like Raven had a way she dealt with all of this, especially after they found out the truth about Salem and who and what she actually is, and then learned about what Oz was actually keeping from everybody. That really showed. A lot of people say Raven that she may be a coward, but she's actually not. Like she's actually smart enough to know not only how powerful this person or being is, but it's like if we can't actually we can't if you can't kill your opponent, how are you supposed to win? Especially especially it shows not only does Salem has immortality, but she always, you never know what when or where she's going to strike. She always has so many people she can manipulate and control or convince to join her side, and it's like that would only cause more division, more chaos, and more darkness, and basically it will divide everyone. So that only makes more issues than it does. So it makes more things worse for everybody, you could say. So going back to Raven, yes, once she found out the truth, she didn't fully run, but like she just went back to to living the only life that she always known and just went back to that type of life. Because it's tough because Yang, she may see her as a terrible mother and a bad person, but she's actually not. Well, that's how Yang may look at it on the surface, but she really does love her mother, and she actually does see the good qualities in her and what actually makes her a good person. But it's just buried underneath under so much hatred, so much fighting a great evil that you cannot kill, and just also all the all the pain and like anguish she faced in her background, especially how they had to grow up. So yeah, that really took its toll on Waven. Yeah, not only do people may call her cold and heartless, but like they also say she's such a awful character, or she just really an evil villain, but she's not. Like she can be really heroic and really great and really inspirational to people. But it's just you have to look a little deeper at the whole different layouts as the story goes on, and you have to see how she interacts with her mother, because yes, it may be hostile at times, but it's not. That's not all it is. She actually shows genuine kindness and genuine compassion for her mother, and you can actually see in her face how much she actually loves her. Especially at the end of this scene when the Raven when she starts crying, and she tells Yang, "I'm sorry," and Yang she just with tears in her eyes, she says, "Yes, I am too." See, so that shows how both of them love each other so much, like they would truly do, but like their relationship, it just had there's so many problems and so many cracks in it and so many issues with it that it's gonna be a rocky road for the both of them. But over time, I think they really will fix their relationship and actually have a better and healthier mother and daughter relationship, because the two of them are pretty similar in a lot of ways. Because not only the type of people they are, but both of them could be really difficult to talk to, or really stubborn, hard headed, not always wanting to talk to people or listen to people, or they're always pretty much when they have their mind set to something, they're just gonna do it, even if you tell them not to, they're gonna do it anyway. And it's funny because there are so many moments throughout like volumes 1 to 9 as of right now that you can see if you pay close attention and you look back, you actually see there's many moments how Yang she acts just like her mother Raven, and you can see the parallels between both of them. Cause that's another reason why I love their relationship so much, because it doesn't just show you. In RWBY, you see many different like parent child relationships, and you can see how some of them are really good and healthy, or some of them are toxic, or some of them are kind of in between, or some of them have good qualities and also bad qualities. Because these two, there's a lot going on with both of these characters, and it's just good when you really look beneath all the layers and all like the ways if the two of them, like when they say they don't like each other or they hate each other, but you actually see how much they genuinely really love each other. Because going back to Raven, like they were even in Yang's false trailer, like her yellow trailer, that Raven that was actually Raven, she was actually there watching over Yang, because it also shows that she'd been watching over Yang pretty much her whole life. Like she's always been there, but she's never known Raven was actually there. Because that's a lot. Because it shows Yang, like for the longest time, she felt that she was always searching for her and that she was always trying to find her, but she didn't know her mother was always with her and she was always there watching over her and protecting her, but she never knew it. Like it's tough because at times Yang, like she seems like she really was upset with her mother, or she really hated for how she never like stayed fully in her life. But Raven, like she always kept her word and always kept watching her, and she was always there, even though Yang didn't know that. So that's another reason why I just love their relationship so much, because it shows, like, yes, like both the mother and daughter are like the parent and child, they can love each other, but they can have issues they need to work out, or problems they have to overcome, or like obstacles they have to overcome as well. So I just hope sometime in the later volumes, like volume 10, volume 11, or volume 12, that they can actually fix their relationship and actually become like a full mother and daughter again. Because as I said before, in this scene, you can see not only how the parallels, how both of them deal with their issues similarly and differently compared to the different situations or different problems each of them went through in their lives. Because Waving and Yang, that you could say that they're the same side of the same coin, basically, because they are so similar to each other. Yeah, so basically, I really love this relationship between both of them, and I really can't wait to see when we get more of it, when we get more confirmation for like how they're going to fix their relationship and how they're going to better each other in the later volumes. I just can't wait to see that. So then again, I will really feel that Raven, she is an amazing mother, and Yang, she really loves her mother with all her heart. But they just have to learn to put aside. Yes, like what she put her through was rough for like both of them. They both been through so much, but I mean, at the end of the day, like they both love each other like so much with all their heart. So I just hope they'll fix their relationship by the end of the series, and then there'll be a happy family again. So, so this I'm reaching the ending of the video. Oh, and also I'm thinking I'm going to make. I wanted to mention about Yang and Ruby's relationship because they are half sisters, and a lot of people they say a lot of bad things about Yang and Ruby's relationship. And Yang, how they say how Yang's not a good big sister, that she always neglects Ruby or she doesn't always agree with her. But that's far from the truth. That you can tell how both of them love each other so much, and both of them deal with so many issues and their own problems and their own goals and and motivations they go through. Yes, I have a separate video I'm going to make. I just wanted to briefly mention Ruby and Yang's relationship, but I have a second video I'm going to be working on, and it'll be being made sometime a little bit after this one. So after I post this one, it'll be coming a bit later. So yeah, in conclusion, why do I love Yang Xiao Long? I love Yang Xiao Long because there's so many things I can relate to her. Not only her brave heart and her outstanding strength, but also her kindness, her willingness to keep going even though she goes through so much, and her ability to be a mother figure for like other characters, especially for her half sister Ruby. Like she basically became a second mom to Ruby after their after Yang's stepmom and Ruby's mother, Summer Rose, after she died. That basically Yang, she stepped up and she actually became a really great and awesome mother figure for Ruby. Especially all the time she read her stories about the heroes in the books and other things like that. She would like be there to listen to her problems whenever she was down, or she would just play with her, have fun with her, like pretty much spend time with her. Like that also showed, especially when she told her that she always has her back no matter what they go through, or no matter where they go, even if they drift apart, but she'll always be there for her, no matter what. Like I just really love Yang for that because how many things I can relate to that in my own life. How I had to do so much after my mother passed and everything. That's just so much like I went through in my life, and I can just relate to Yang so much about not only being a big older sister, but also being the youngest brother in my family, and then having to act like the adult at times. I just really love that, and I really understood that about Yang, so that's why I relate to her on that level. I also love her adventurous side. Like she's not only a thrill seeker, but she loves like the exploring adventure and not knowing what tomorrow will bring. Like that's another reason why I love her so much because it's like you just wanna pretty much who wants a boring life. It's just like you want to be an adventurer, like exploring, going places no one's gone before, like actually doing things in your life that actually matter instead of just like not doing nothing at all. So yeah, I really love Yang Xiao Long. She's my favorite character in RWBY, and I'm going to stick to that because ever since the beginning, I have always loved Yang. Like not only just seeing her semblance and how powerful and how awesome she was as a character, but just seeing who she is as a person and how she's willing to do the best she can no matter what situation she's in or no matter what she goes through. So yeah, this was a really awesome video to make, and I'm really glad I was able to say my point of view about Yang and why I love her. And I am going to make more videos about her on my channel. So if you like the video, please comment, subscribe, and hit that like bell and notifications. And please see more of my content if you're willing. And if you want to, I have gaming. I have gaming a playlist of The Last of Us, Elden Ring, The Last of Us Part 2, and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So please, if you haven't already, please check out those videos. It will really help the channel. And thank you all. Have an awesome day, and remember that Yang Xiaolong is one of the best characters in RWBY, and she will always be my favorite character, and I will always relate to her, and I will always love her. And that's why I love Yang Xiaolong. Thank you, everyone. This is Blue Knight 23 signing out.